Sorry, yeah, it's Monday. Sorry, we've been running like crazy. So much news, so much things going on at one time. It's been kind of chaotic.
A little bit. So
we're not centered at all. We didn't even have time to check our feed to make sure the camera was set up before we actually went live. So we do apologize for the rush.
So, anyway, as usual, before we get started, this is our Monday night show, so we're going to ask the same things that we always ask. Please share this video with your friends. We are going to try to proceed like we do every Monday. Topic is a little somber. There's lots of things to talk about. We're going to try to answer your questions. But again, any shares are appreciated. If you are new watching our feed for the first time, thank you so much. Again, we're here every Monday.
Every
Wednesday.
Okay, let's get started.
Monday. All right, go
Okay,
ahead.
ready? Welcome to TMSM Weekly Live Show number 79 for March 16th, 2020. I'm Scott.
I'm Michelle.
And you'll notice usually I have notes here. And I have no notes because we didn't really have many topics. The biggest topic at hand, as you and the world knows, is Disney is closed.
Closed. Okay, so we went live last Thursday night as a impromptu because we were getting so many questions from people as to what was going on, because Disney was like gradually, it reminded me, I keep telling people it's almost like a switchboard, like Disney was like, this is shut, or this is off, this is off, this is off. It was like we seriously could not keep up with the amount of questions, so we had gone live to try to help everybody. And
so we first went live in the nation, an amazing number of people hopped on to see what we had to say, and then we went live on the main page, and we had thousands of people watching us, which we've never had.
It's a little bit scary.
It's a little bit intimidating. I will say that right now. We have 190 on right now, live viewers that are watching it now, and that's more than we're used to. But we're good. We're professionals.
We're professionals. We got this.
Professional. Sorry.
So before we get started and talk about all the closures and stuff, please understand that we know this is hard for all of you, because it's hard for us too. We eat, sleep, breathe Disney, and when our happy place is shut down, not just ours here, but Disneyland,
Paris,
Disney, everything is shut down.
Disney stores are going to be closing.
So it's really, really hard. We had to postpone our show that's hosted at Disney Springs. Actually, we canceled the show, or postponed it before they made the announcements today. We're trying to not put out any news that's not official news. No speculation. We're going right to the source. Our contacts at Disney. I've been asking, cast members. We just want to make sure that we are accurate with our information.
Yeah, I noticed Jerry just asked about the 8 weeks. That is, as far as we know right now, that is not true. Disney has not confirmed that. Disney is still saying they hope to be open by April.
We are not hearing anything. We're hearing 2 weeks still. If that changes, of course, we will let you know. But I'm not, like yesterday, for example, we left the house for a little while, and I was getting text messages. We were out by the beach. There was nobody out there. We went to like a local beach, and I was getting messages on my phone. So I'm texting my cast member friend verifying, is this true? Because I cannot risk putting out bad information and giving you guys content that is not 100% accurate.
Yeah. So yesterday while we were there, the news broke about the Springs closing some stores and such. So Michelle's touched base with her friend. I'm touching base with the salesperson of Disney Springs, who kind of runs our LOL with us. It helps us get our shows and stuff. And he didn't even know about anything at that point. I mean, to him, he wasn't. It was moving so fast that because it was a Sunday, he wasn't working.
Yeah, the information has been rolling out. Like, we'll hear nothing, and then boom, everything hits.
Yeah.
So, like yesterday, the Disney College program, the kids were told that they were to go home.
Was that yesterday?
Was it yesterday or was it Saturday?
I think that might have been
yesterday. We were starting to hear some independent closures, like Anthropology and Starbucks and different things at Disney Springs.
And I believe Starbucks is closing nationwide. If I'm not mistaken, or to a point.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but today, so the latest was that Disney Springs, Downtown Disney, they're closed as of tomorrow. Resorts, 5 p.m. on the 20th.
So
that's Friday. So they're giving people time that are at the resorts to make arrangements to get ready to go back home.
or
find another place to stay. I feel really bad for people who are in town internationally that, or have come here from faraway places, because it's an awful situation.
It really is, and that's what we were talking the other day when they announced the college program being ended and the kids were told go home. I almost think Disney was doing that to say, okay, go home now while there's no restrictions on travel in the U.S.
And it's for safety. The Disney, a lot of people are, we're just going to be honest, because we always are here, just shoot straight. It's not because Disney was trying to be mean to anybody or whatever. They're doing this for people's safety and the college kids' safety and the safety of the guests and the cast members.
And how many cast members are college kids? That just takes more people Disney has to take care of with everything else going on right now. So if they can send them home for now, for the time being, and
the cast members as well. The good thing is that most cast members, if they were full time, get pay while they're home. But a lot of small businesses, a lot of people are going to be hurting. I mean, us included right now, because this is something that we have never had to deal with,
never. No, our this is going to affect everything, economy. We saw that. I think it was churches said that they don't want you to come to the churches right now. They'd rather simulcast. Some churches don't want you arriving. I mean, that's usually a place where everybody can go with no problem, and they're doing that. It's for the safety of everybody, not to congregate and group in the big things, because one person could have it and nobody even know they have it, and that's what makes it so scary, that you could be standing next to somebody, they're not even showing any signs of sick, but 3 days later you start to get sick.
That's right. And I talked to my mom today, so those of you who have watched the show or follow me know that we're from south of Detroit. Talked to my mother today, and they run a soup kitchen for Salvation Army, and they're retired. They do this voluntary. So they feed people twice a week.
Yep.
And even the Salvation Army up there, they don't know how they're handling it. She said that they had a meeting today. I don't know what happened, but they were trying to have it so that people could still come in and get a bag lunch or something, not to where they're going to all congregate together like they usually do, but they're trying to make food for people so they still have it, but they can't all stay together. So my whole point is that it's affecting everything and everywhere. It's just so sad. I mean, I feel so sad. It's not just about Disney. It's everything.
It is. It's everything. And to me, you can ask Michelle, I have a really hard time with not having any control over a situation. I feel like I have nothing right now. I can do anything to fix it. She gets worried, or the boys get worried, or anybody gets worried, and I can't stop that, because I honestly don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. So this is where we just have to turn and hope that our leaders are doing the right things across the board. Disney's leaders are doing the right thing. I believe they actually are.
If Disney is going to close, if Disney is going to close, that's major. They're not going to just do that if it's not necessary.
And once they did it, everybody followed suit. It was kind of like everybody, even restaurants and other places were kind of waiting for Disney. And once Disney said, okay, we're closing, then you started seeing more come out about restaurants closing or just drive-through only. Or businesses closing early.
Like drive-through only.
Publix is closing at 8 o'clock every night, which is not normal for groceries, but that's what they're doing to keep less people in the store, clean the store at night, and be ready for the next day. It's just scary. And then schools being canceled all over. We're on spring break technically right now here in Florida. It started Friday, was the first day of spring break, and they already told us we're extended at least 1 week past that in our area. Miami's mayor came out, I think it was yesterday, and said spring break is officially over in Miami because they're closing the beaches at 5 because they don't want the kids coming down from the colleges and partying on the beaches all night because it's just not safe.
It's not worth it. And look at tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day. Raglan Road usually has their big party. Again, we're from Detroit, and the Detroit area, they have their St. Patty's Day parade, and there's tent parties everywhere. It's a big deal. All of this stuff is canceled. And it's not just Disney. It's everywhere.
It's worldwide.
It's everywhere. And it's funny because it's not funny, but I've been very honest with you guys about how I am personally as far as anxiety ridden about many, many things. So this is hard for me because, I don't want to let any of you down, because we still want to be able to bring you the Disney magic that we can. This afternoon, I spent all afternoon scheduling blogs of content so that we could bring you something Disney every single day, and we will. Granted, it's not news, but it's still Disney.
And it's not the fun of an amusement park, but
We're
it might
trying.
be humorous if we do stuff where...
I don't know what I'm going to throw out there, but it's going to be something every day.
We might try to go live multiple times this week. We're not sure of that yet. We're talking to John about maybe doing something together later this week.
Yeah, because we
a
can't
live
do...
show from our house for you guys to watch as opposed to LOL, right? Or no?
No, we were thinking of doing live on location from here on Thursday.
Live on our location here at home.
Live at this location since we're not allowed to gather.
There'll be no free cannolis.
No. Or rice balls.
Or rice balls or any of that stuff like we had.
But they're closing beaches. Before we went live, I just want to make sure that we tell you guys what's going on here in Central Florida. Yesterday. So I have my best friend in Michigan who is a nurse.
I think she's on.
And I have my 2 Michigan besties who I love very much and miss very much. But my one is a nurse. And my younger son, Aiden, has asthma. And I'm like, where can I take him? Where can we go? I'm scared. So I'm like, can I take him to a beach for an hour? And she's like, yes, you can take him to the beach. But we didn't go someplace that's populated. So we went for an hour.
And we went to more of a locals beach than we did a...
it was a locals beach. But speaking of beaches, my whole point was... before we went live, Cocoa Beach just declared an emergency. Ron John's surf shop is closing at Cocoa Beach. And that is the closest beach to Walt Disney World. So that's why I'm telling you this. Because, Disney is closing, but the beaches are starting to close as well. So those of you who are, wanting to come to this area, just like we told you guys for hurricanes, don't come here if you don't have to.
Nope.
Stay home. Be safe.
Yeah, there's nothing going on here.
You're not missing anything here.
Like the parks are closed. Universal announced they're kind of following Disney's suit, and they're doing the same thing. They're closing their City Walk, which is their version of downtown or Disney Springs, and their resorts are also closing on Friday. SeaWorld closed. They were going to try to stay open, but then
SeaWorld was the holdout. It was like everyone's like, okay, everybody party at SeaWorld. Well, no, they're closing too. And then this afternoon, they announced that Universal City Walk and resorts are closing. So,
again, they waited for Disney. I'm sorry.
He's sorry. Off so many times. We're gonna have a chat when it's over. So sorry, it's just high stress right now. But they were trying to remain open, just like Disney Springs, just like everything. Everybody was trying to remain open just a little bit so that people would have somewhere to go. And that is diminishing. I feel like every time you look at the news, there's just boom, like things are like, okay, now this is closed. Okay, now this is closed. Stephanie just said Busch Gardens, same thing. Yeah,
because they're part of the SeaWorld umbrella. Everything.
Like Florida is closed. Florida's closed.
It really kind of is. All the fun stuff to do here. I don't know of anything. I mean, we could check, but I haven't heard of. I believe Legoland, I'm sure, is closed. I would guess I know Fun Spot closed. I saw that this morning. So
did it? I thought Fun Spot was staying open.
I saw some video of them closed earlier. I don't know. Maybe
I know they said they were cleaning
later. Maybe, but I understand they have to do it. They have to do it so that there's not congregations of people, and if you have less places for people to go, they of course are all going to congregate there.
Right. And that is why they closed Miami pretty much. That's why they closed Lauderdale pretty much. That Cocoa Beach. Like all these trendy beaches that you see, trendy beaches.
Everybody from the north wants to go to.
Everybody likes a trendy beach. Anyway, did I just say that?
You did. We're going to have to talk about that.
No, it's like nobody likes shady beaches. That's the...
Shady beaches?
Shady beaches. Got it? Nobody likes shady beaches. Anyway, so...
Gotta laugh.
You have to laugh in situations like this or you'll lose it. And actually, I think I'm already losing it just a little bit. It's just the beginning. But I have been so fortunate that I've had a lot of eyes and ears out that have made sure that we get the official word. One of my very good friends, I don't want to call her out, but she's on the feed. She has been making sure that I have my crap together.
Yep, making sure
that what we put out is true, because she is not a fan of rumor and blogger type of hullabaloo, as Paula would say.
And she'll go after him.
Yeah, she just does not care. So she has made sure that the information, like, I double check with her. I was double checking with her from the beach yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, is this true? Because I can't in good conscience put out something. And let me tell you, it has been hard. It has been really hard to see people put out rumor and speculation and just churning it up and churning it up. It's like, now is not the time for that. No. It is not.
You don't need to get the clickbait articles out there, because that's what they're doing. They're down for new content, so they're using clickbait articles to get people to read their articles, go to their site, watch the ads, and then they get paid.
No, we're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Well, we never do anyway. So basically, if you guys have questions, please ask. I know that we normally don't watch like the comments during the whole show, but this is not a show like usual because it's something that we've never had to deal with before. What? He's like,
I'm making sure you're done talking for a second. No, like Michelle said, it's just we've never had to deal with this in our lifetime. Most of us. The depression is the only thing I could think that would kind of be similar to something they went through, where they kind of really, everything closed down and money became a problem and all this stuff. And that's not really the problem right now. We're not losing our electricity. We're not like a hurricane where hurricanes coming in, they're like, get your generators powered up and go get groceries and do this because you're going to lose power. No, we're not losing power.
No.
TVs are still working. The lights are still on.
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Be cautious. And again, for anybody who, is just joining us, Disney is doing this for your own good. I mean, I love Disney as much as all of you do. Actually, I might even, I take it up a notch because that's all I do is Disney, and it's breaking my heart that there's nothing new that I can report that's it's just hard right now.
We went to the beach and we paid for 1 hour of parking, and there was like 20 minutes on the meter. And she ended up working probably for half of that time trying to get the story out.
I didn't even have a towel. I sat in the sand.
Yeah. She thought she lost her shoes.
I thought I lost my shoes. Because I was sitting in the sand putting out Disney news because I was getting questions and information. But that's what I do. I don't know how to shut it off.
I know. I told her, I said, 40 minutes, half hour, you could go. She wanted to get it done. And the beach was kind of weird yesterday. It wasn't busy, but then there was all these jellyfish washing up yesterday.
This was the weirdest thing. So, like, in between me working in my clothes in the sand, I have issues, I guess, because I can't shut off TMSM ever. But I love you guys. Always working for you. But anyway, so we're at the beach, and jellyfish, like no joke, jellyfish were washing up on the sand. Why? And it's the apocalypse.
Some were tangled up in the seaweed and stuff, which they couldn't get their, I guess, I don't know if that's a tentacle or what that is. Yeah, but it was all tangled up in them. So yeah, they were
I thought it looked like, how there's different kinds of jellyfish. It's not like the jellyfish you see on SpongeBob, because Aiden informed me of that, so did Andrew. It's not, they were looked like little blue bags of ink. And, see-through, look like baggies. And when I saw it at first, I thought somebody, it was like a treat bag or like a Kool-Aid pouch or something. But it was a bunch of jellyfish, washing up on the shore. There was little blue pouches all over. Oh, well, they were up on the shore. They were up on the shore yesterday. It was just the weirdest thing because we'd gone to the beach, I don't know how many times in the past 6 years, and never seen anything like that. And the kids were kind of like, what's going on?
Well, at first Andrew was like, don't touch them, they'll kill you. Like, what?
I know. It's so funny because I've been trying to keep the kids away from watching the news. I'll tell them what they need to know. And, so Aiden especially is like me, is anxiety ridden just like me. So I took my flip-flops off and I was trying to, because that's the person I am, I was trying to rescue the jellyfish. I'm not even kidding. So I put down my phone and, I'm doing my Disney work, put my phone in my pocket, so we're going to go rescue jellyfish.
We used the bottom of her flip-flops.
I used my flip-flops like salad tongues. And I'm trying to rescue jellyfish. And Aiden is like, Mom, don't touch them, you'll die, they're poison.
And the waves are so rough. Throw it out, come right back.
Yeah. So, who's the crazy person working on the beach and saving jellyfish? That's me.
which in turn was me also.
What'd you say?
I said, which in turn meant I was also.
Stop, save the jellyfish.
I do turtles at rescue.
Yeah, I know. It's like I do turtle rescue, not jellyfish. I'm like, we must try to save them. But anyway, the whole point is like everything is going mad right now. It's like there's, I don't even know. Like, I'm telling you the jellyfish story not because I think that it's prudent or important. It's just funny. And, we tried to...
No, it's funny. Jellyfish are out of water.
I mean, it's funny that we were trying to save them. It's just like I'm trying to bring a little humor and a little bit of light because we don't have a whole lot of that right now. I don't know how long this is going to last. I mean, they said it's 2 weeks. I'm praying it's only 2 weeks. I started writing my Wednesday night blog because I had time this afternoon, and you have to read it Wednesday. But the point I was making is I feel guilty almost, all the things that we take for granted, like Disney, the parks, the things that we get to do on a regular basis, like. I think if anything else, whether it's Disney or not, this makes you appreciate things so much more. Like things that I was crabbing about a week ago, things that I was anxious about a week ago are like nothing compared to what I'm anxious about today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it blows me away that how quickly everything went from being okay
to not okay.
Half the world is shut down, and I mean, and there's countries that are a lot worse off.
Of course,
a lot worse off. Spain, for one of them, I was hearing they're completely shut down. Italy's really bad as far as shut down. It's scary how fast everything switched.
How fast, and also last night we made a conscious effort to not go to Disney to watch the final. Fireworks.
We talked about
it. We did talk about it. And we made a conscious decision not to. And for a few reasons, but one is Aiden. I can't chance him getting sick. Two, I know Disney will still be there. And yeah, it would have been great coverage for us to go on live stream, go do videos, go take photos, but at what cost for us? I mean, I hope you guys understand that's why we didn't go. People are telling other people to stay home. And as much as I love Disney, I couldn't risk it. I couldn't. And it's like, I would never forgive myself if something happened to one of my kids because I was trying to get coverage or I couldn't stop working. Everybody tells me that I never stop working. And this has forced me to stop. It's forced me
You're still working all day.
I'm still working, but not in the same respect. Like normally, I'd be like, "That's a scoop. We're going to get that. We're going," and we didn't go. So, but it's perspective of what's important and what's not.
And I hope that people, after all this does go back to normal or whatever the new norm is, people keep that in mind. I mean, everybody here should remember 9/11, and our country changed that day. And everybody had a whole new sense for family and a whole new sense for country and a whole new sense for community and friendship and all that stuff. And it lasted years, and there's still some of it there, but not like it was.
Whenever something tragic happens or whenever there's a crisis, you see yes, you see the worst, but you usually see the best come out in people. And so quickly it goes away. I mean, regular life, comes back and people forget what you just went through. And life has a lot of ups and downs, but this is something completely different.
Judy just asked if you're canceling her radio appearances, and she did get an email about that today.
I can't even go to the radio, Judy, right now because there's nobody allowed in and out of the radio station. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not happy about that, but neither are they. I talked to Laurel at the station today, and they're almost like quarantined over there.
And the station, the reason, it's just not the station she's contributing. There's 7 stations there plus the television station.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people that go in and out of that building that have to be there to cover this, just like when there's a hurricane. They all have to be on staff and in there.
Yep.
And just like during this, they have to be there to cover this. So they just don't want anybody who doesn't need to be there there right now.
So it's not me. They're not saying, Michelle, stay home. It's company-wide. They're not allowed to have anybody in the building.
And she really doesn't have anything new to report. They've already been reporting it on the news regardless, Disney News, which is why they have her come on as report Disney News, and they've already reported it that there isn't anything with Disney except that it's closed right now.
No, I did feel a little sad about the radio station, but I know it's temporary. Like everything that I'm feeling sad about right now, like right today, and it's probably some of the things that you're feeling sad about, again, is temporary. I know this is not our usual show. We usually like joke a lot and say silly things and do silly things, but part of my job and part of our obligation is to be there for you, so that you guys feel a little bit comforted that, you know, we're all in this together. We will all get through it together. And as we get information, we will share it with you. But in the meantime, we're still going to put out Disney stuff because that's what we do.
Try to put out the good stuff that we do have. I told Michelle when we were in Michigan, she used to write blogs a lot of times, the things to do to fulfill yourself in between Disney trips. And I told her, I said, those are good blogs to use now because that's what everybody, even locals, are doing right now, is what to fill themselves with Disney in between their Disney trips.
Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock? Yeah. I have a blog already ready to go because I've been working today about, you know, ways to keep the magic in your daily life while this is happening. It's almost like even us locals, it reminds me of how I felt in Michigan when we were just longing to go to Disney, how we wanted to go on vacation so badly and either we couldn't afford to go or something had come up or whatever. Now we're all in that same holding pattern. I mean, annual pass holders, we can't go. It kind of feels that way.
It does.
No? Yeah. I know he's afraid to talk now because I snapped at him. I didn't mean to snap at you.
I just had a lot to say too. We both were. We just had a lot to get out. But no, it's because there was plenty of time in Disney. We had trips planned or booked or deposits paid and such, and we ended up having to cancel them either because we didn't have all the money to go, work, a million and one reasons. So we used to always, well, this is what gets us through. Our biggest one we used to go to Great Lakes Crossing because they had a Disney store out there. We'd go to the Great Lakes Crossing Disney outlet store, and then we'd go to Rainforest Cafe because they had one at downtown Disney. And that was our way of kind of doing Disney in Michigan.
We felt like, well, they can't even do that now because the malls, I'm sure, are going to close eventually. But at the time, his whole point was that, like, when we were missing Disney, like, really, really bad, we would go, that was, like, our Disney. And we couldn't afford it, really, because the Rainforest Cafe is expensive. I mean...
Well, Michigan expensive.
Michigan expensive. So what we would do is, Robert Carlson, let's God speak. Okay, you finish the
Get it
story.
trending, Robert. No, you go ahead. I'll just sit here and look at the camera.
Oh my God, I love you, Robert. I love the comic relief. It's so needed. But
I'm not getting yelled at later, Robert. I'll remember
no,
she said that.
I'm not gonna yell at you. I think we both were just a little tired and a little overzealous to get the news, and we were talking over each other.
And hungry.
And hungry, we haven't eaten.
I went and got dinner at like 6:30. That's why one of the reasons we were late. I just walked in with food. We haven't touched it.
But anyway, Great Lakes Crossing in Michigan. So anyway, the whole point of the story was that if we were missing Disney, that's what we would do. We would find something because, you know how like everybody says that Disney has like smells, like the resorts have a smell, or Pirates has a smell, or whatever. Haunted Mansion has a smell. Well, Rainforest Cafe has a smell, and when we would go, and a good smell. Not a bad one. That sounds really terrible.
It smells in there.
It smells in there. No, the way the restaurant smells, the ventilation system, whatever, it smelled the same as the one at Walt Disney World, and it would give us a Disney fix. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it smells like Disney in here. See, that's when you know that you're like legit crazy for Disney, when you go places and the like smells remind you of Disney.
You know, this week it had so many ups and downs though, because before, I should say last week, because before everything hit the fan, I didn't say the bad word, I said before everything hit the fan, we were so excited because they finally announced the opening of Avengers Campus.
God! Oh my gosh, yes!
It was announced.
Did we even talk about that?
I was ecstatic because if anybody knows what Marvel, if there's anything I've been waiting for, it's the announcement of this date to open. And my first instinct is like, okay, how are we going to afford to get out there? Because we got to get out there. I got to be there for the opening of it. So I was trying to figure out how we can come up with money and all that stuff for the trip and all this stuff. And then the next day, the world stopped.
It really did. It's like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like a week ago, not even, well, less than a week ago, we were like, oh my gosh, he was upstairs working, and I texted him from the living room. Yes, I texted him from the living room, but he was working. I couldn't yell. And I'm like,
Stacy, she doesn't. Stacy's not.
I don't disturb him when he's working from home. So I texted him, oh my gosh, Avengers Campus, July 18th.
I started searching for airfare and hotel while working. I was doing simultaneous searching and stuff.
So we were so excited about Avengers Campus because, I had been kind of missing Disneyland lately, and then they announced it, and we don't know if we'll get media for it. I hope so. But even so, we're going.
We gotta figure
it out. But see, that was last week's worry.
Yeah,
how are we going to go to Disneyland? We're gonna do this and we're that, and then this hits, everything closes, and I don't know how we're gonna pay for much anything around here, let alone Disneyland.
No, because our bills are so. our finances based so much on the clothing business, which is basically halted right now. Disney news breaking, which gets us traffic to our site for our advertisers to see stuff. So right now, the world just came to a screeching halt from us. And 1 minute we're on this big high, we're going to Disneyland in summer. We don't even know how we're going to pay our bills next week. And it's wow, how fast everything changed and flipped.
Small business, and we're not just boohooing about us.
It's everybody.
Everybody's small businesses are going to be affected. Bigger businesses, part-time employees. It's everybody, and it's a concern. And I'm just hoping. Why are you laughing?
Oh no! I more leggings. Send Scott to Avengers. Thank you, I appreciate that. No, but when this all first started breaking and Disneyland announced they were closing, and we started talking, and I said to Michelle, a lot of small businesses are going to end up. A lot of small businesses can't afford to be out of business for a week.
No.
If you have a store or a building that you rent every month, and now you've lost a week of your revenue, that could be the difference between you opening the doors the next month or not. And it's so scary because up and down 192 is so many, I like to say mom and pop.
He uses that all the
stores,
time. Mom
gift
and pop
shops,
stores.
that they rely so much on that Disney tourist business.
Yeah.
They're not just missing a week; they're missing 2.5 weeks. And possibly more if it doesn't end by then, And it's just so scary that the whole world can come to a screeching halt, like it has. I mean, we were spinning and we were doing great, and then all of a sudden, the brakes were put on.
Yeah.
And
it's not anybody's fault. Lori asked about the Baby Yoda leggings. I just put a statement on Lost Princess Apparel. They still are coming. They're just delayed till the 25th, but they are coming.
Actually, she's hoping before the 25th will be shipped out, the Baby Yoda ones especially, but because shipping worldwide has halted and slowed way down, that's why the delay, so we do apologize.
But they're coming. We just put something out before we went live, and the only reason we didn't put anything out before is we were waiting to hear from the owner of the company. We
literally got the message at 6:40, so it was just before we went live, because she doesn't work the weekend, so we had to wait for today.
Yeah. Anyway. So anyhow, but if you are buying sidebar Lost Princess Apparel, if you're buying stuff that's in stock, it's still gonna sell. Because Michelle Perna just said she got her dresses already. Thank you, Michelle. So the stuff that's already in stock will go out as usual. It's the stuff that was on pre-order that was supposed to go out this week is going to not go out until the 25th, but we're hoping before.
And she's hoping maybe a few days earlier. She said she's giving a further out estimate than what she's told. She wouldn't tell me the exact date, but she said it's a little bit further out. But there is plenty of stuff in stock. So and there's a lot of great deals on the site. She put out a lot of the owner did. She controls the pricing on the site. She put out a lot of clearance stuff on the site. And there's a promotion right now that if you spend so much, you can get a free bristle
or a cup
cozy. If you spend, I think it's $49 or $50, you get that for free. Add to your order, and you get to pick which one you want. So,
shameless plug.
If you're looking to buy some clothes right now, and you can't go to the stores, we're online. You can go there and visit lostprincessapparel.com. And we would really appreciate it.
Yeah, or tell a friend. If you love our dresses and leggings, tell a friend. Say, hey, this is great stuff. You totally need it.
I know Robert Carlson and Shane, they both love the dresses.
They absolutely, they love the dresses with pockets. They're super fashionable.
I just had to pull those two.
But even not just us, any other small businesses. Support your friends that have small businesses. If not, just share a post. Check on them. See how everybody's doing, because it's gonna stink for all of us for a while, truthfully.
It is. There's a lot of people who have their small businesses or even small companies. That people work for. They're small companies that only have a handful of employees. Kingdom Strollers.
Yes. Okay. So one of our longest standing sponsors, Kingdom Strollers, they're going to have a hard time as well too because there's nobody to rent strollers to because the Orlando area is shut down.
And first, last year Disney chose to not endorse any of the stroller companies, and they were one of the ones that was cut, so they lost that. But then they finally were starting to get rolling again, and now there's nobody coming to the area to rent strollers.
No. So and Kingdom Strollers is a really great business. They have a huge warehouse.
Like 50 employees. I want to say.
Even they are going to take a hit.
Yes.
You know, it's going to be hard for a lot of people. And we have a lot of friends that do, you know, work on the side. They have little things, whether they sell on Etsy, whether they have a photography business, whether they have a small shop, like something that they do online. Everybody's going to need your support. And whether it doesn't have to be financially, even just sharing posts, commenting on posts.
Yeah, because not everybody can afford to
No, definitely not. But I think if my whole point of the rambling is just give everybody a break right now. You know, everybody come together and we'll get through it, but it's just going to take some time.
It is. Just remember that we're all going through some hardships right now.
Yeah.
You know,
whether it's financially, whether it's mentally, whether it's, you know, like worry
or illness.
Illness.
I mean, you could be sick. I mean, and I don't personally know anybody that has been diagnosed with this.
No.
But
it doesn't mean that it's not going to be. You know, I don't know. I just feel like this has really put my head into a different perspective for a lot of things. I think that it's almost something that I needed. Like, you know, being a workaholic and doing all these things and getting myself all twisted up over things that at the end of the day don't matter. He's smiling because it's true.
I tell her all the time, let the small stuff
He's like, why are you? Because I will stew over something.
Little thing.
I will stew about it. And I will make up a big old scenario in my head as to why that bothers me so much.
And I just tell her I don't have time to deal with
it. Or like I know that you guys, come on, there's got to be other people that do that. Or you'll see something on, it's just me. Or you're like scrolling through Facebook and then you see somebody post something and it irritates you and then you're just like, it ruins like your whole afternoon.
That's why I stopped Facebook because I'm just tired of it.
Or like you think that somebody's post is about you and it probably isn't, but it annoys you anyhow.
I'd rather just call me out by name. I hate you probably too. Give me a chance or I don't like you either.
You know, it's just like, but what I'm saying is perspective. You know, that saying goes, don't sweat the little things, don't sweat the small stuff. And I guess that for me, that's my lesson. I wish I could fix everything, but I can't.
Joe did say on a positive note, the castle is getting paid.
Yes. Oh, hi, Joe. Speaking of small business friends, hi, Joe. Joe has a photography business, by the way. So
it's really good art.
Moments of magic.
His pictures are. He gave Michelle a picture of the Tangled rest area at Disney that we have hanging up actually.
I just talked about that this week, as a matter of fact, still in my bathroom. If anybody comes over to my house, I'm going to show you my Tangled bathroom, and I'm going to show you Joe's picture. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Oh, the paint. Yes. So we put out pictures a few hours ago. My friend Liz, who is also on staff, lives by Magic Kingdom. And even though it's bare, it's vacant, ghost town, whatever, they are still painting the castle, which is a good thing. I believe that my friend who is a cast member, did she just say it is about you? Lorraine!
You just called her out for not saying who the cast member is.
No, she just said the posts are about me.
No, you just said I'm not going to say who the cast member friend is, and she goes, hey, did she just say?
Oh. But she said that the posts are on Facebook are about me. Now I'm going to worry about that. Anyway, but the castle, they are painting, like we put out an article a couple of weeks ago that the castle was getting a makeover, yes, if you will. It's kind of getting painted a pinky color, and the blue is all getting.
And I'm sure for all the people working at Disney who are still there, because the maintenance is still there, they have to run the rides, make sure everything still stays running, and they just don't have to deal with the crowds of people right now.
Yeah, so there's still people working. There's still cast members working.
So they can actually get a lot done.
They're just not dealing with the crowd.
It's more the maintenance, getting the park cleaned up, repainted, because if you've been to Disney, you know they're always touching up areas with paint, they're always fixing areas, they're always doing all this. So now it's kind of the park gets a whole cleanup.
They still have to, like my cast member friend who's picking on me currently, said who's not being said by name, who's making laughing faces. Seriously? You're lucky I love you. Jeez. Okay, but anyway. She's saying that they still have to like run the rides. They can't let everything sit stagnant for 2 weeks.
Because it won't start up.
and I'm trying to remember everything that I was reading and what I was told. Like a lot of Disney parks, like Disneyland and Disney World, the food that's sitting around is getting donated to food banks. So like they're not. That's a lot of food. That's a lot of food. And so like all the things that they make at the parks, you know, like the candy apples and the cookies and, you know, all the stuff that they have in the cases that we take for granted, whenever they do reopen, they're going to have to like remake all that stuff. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work for cast members once the parks do reopen. It is. It's not going to be just like a flip the switch and everything is back. Mm-hmm. You know, it doesn't work like that, you know?
Yeah, she just said security, maintenance, and custodial are all there. They're getting it ready, and that's when the parks do reopen. It's all going to be ready for everybody to go, and I'm sure maintenance is going to be able to finally get some things done that they haven't had the amount of time they needed to get it done.
Well, somebody asked me. We were talking. I get messages like all day, and I try to answer most if I can. But somebody had asked me like, do they think that the castle will get painted faster? I don't know if it'll be faster, but
they can work on it during the day, though.
They can work on a lot of things with the park closed. So, like maintenance and things that they, you know.
Can't imagine if this was during like the holiday season.
Oh, can you imagine if it were if this happened during Christmas? I mean, even people with the at Halloween time, you know, the fall, like the party seasons, as they call it at Disney World, they start in August. Oh, actually Disneyland too. You know, and it's party till the end of the year, and the parks are packed, and there's the after hours things and the merchandise and the special treats and everything. I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, this is kind of considered downtime, even though there really is no downtime.
It's not really downtime. It's downtime just because it's not advertised as a big time, but it's spring break starting.
It's spring break.
Spring break down in Florida now, and then the spring break from the north will be coming. The spring break from the mid.
But will they still? That's what concerns me, because we have friends up in Michigan, and it's weird because I was talking to my sister-in-law the other day, and she's telling me that everybody's losing their minds up in Michigan, just like they're losing their minds here. You know, as far as like the toilet paper.
Well, that's like hurricane preparation down here, though. Everybody knows if you live here, hurricanes are coming. The stores are going to be gutted of everything you could possibly imagine.
That's what I told my mom today. So my dad had to go to the doctor's. He's fine. It was a routine thing, checkup. And my mom I talked to my mom. She was sitting in the car at the doctor's office. They weren't even letting extra people into the doctor's office. She had to sit in the car and wait for my dad. But she was telling me that it's the same thing up there. I told her, I said, what we do for hurricane prep down here is what you guys are getting up north now. People just, I mean, it's so much worse than how we used to say when people would get for a snowstorm. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, everybody goes to the store and buys bread and milk and snacks because you can't, if it snows and the roads get icy, you can't get to the store.
Adam made a good comment too. He said we forgot to mention the resorts. When they reopen them, they're going to
go through,
because dust can pile up really quick in the resorts, so they're going to have to go through all those rooms and everything and make sure everything is fresh and ready to go when they reopen the resorts.
So everything is going to have to be clean and, like you said, refreshed.
And their crews, the cast members, are what create Disney, and they create the magic. It's those cast members coming together to make those moments special for the guests.
Yeah, if it weren't for the cast members, none of us would have all the wonderful magic that we have. And so, you know, when they do reopen, have a little patience and mercy on these people, because it's going to be hard for everybody.
And they got to get back in the swing of things as far as working and dealing with the customers again and getting. It's just hard to get back into the work cycle when you haven't done it in a couple weeks. So.
You know, it is just like I was sitting there at the computer today trying to find content to put out for you guys. And I just felt like I keep telling Scott, I feel like I have a cement block on my chest, because the anxiety and just the angst over all of this is like, we've never had to deal with anything like this.
Nobody has.
And when I get questions from people, how long do you think this is going to be? Or what do you think about this? And I don't have answers, and I hate it that I don't have answers.
No, we just have to, there's a medical reason why they're closing these parks. They want this virus to die, and if you still put hundreds of thousands of people together, it's never going to stop.
And trust me, I wanted to go to the park last night. I was itching because that's my job.
We thought about just us going, only the boys, and then she doesn't have a great immune system. And I really
don't
didn't want to put her out there.
I get sick really easy. I've had health issues in the past that I don't really want to get into, but I've had a lot of issues myself, health-wise. So I'm usually the first to get sick in the house. Yes, Aiden has asthma, but my immune system is terrible too. So he's kind of like, do you want me to go to the park? I'll go cover. I'm like, no. And then if you bring, even people carry it, so you bring it home to your family, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's still going to be there. I mean, and it's sad. Disney put out that little video today of the characters waving goodbye. You know, we put out video from one of our friends who was actually there at Disneyland a couple days ago when they were saying goodbye, and it's heartbreaking to see the characters like, it's not goodbye, it's see you real soon, but it's like, how?
But that just shows even in the moments of when it's ending for that park for that day and that for a while, they're even, you know, it's crushing with people.
It is crushing.
Disney fans are like no other fan on earth.
Disney fans, we are crazy about Disney and our fandom.
You know, you can be the happiest person on earth, you can be the meanest person on earth, but if you have that Disney fandom, when you get to Disney comes out. I mean, it takes over.
And to see, like, a lot of people, okay, how about this? I have a very deep thought here. You ready for it?
Deep thoughts with Jeff King.
Here we go. A lot of people view Disney as your escape, your happy place. They have it so that when you're at Disney, the real world does not exist. And it's like the real world has like busted the Disney bubble, if you will, now. And it's like, gosh, like our happy place, our sacred places, whether it's Disneyland, Disney World.
It's our safe place.
That's our safe place. It's our happy place.
Nothing bad in the thought of every Disney fan is when you're at Disney, nothing bad happens. The outside world does not exist.
No.
I mean, how many of you gone home from a Disney vacation and realized you didn't even know what was going on in the world because you hadn't checked the news in a couple of days?
No. Disney's your escape.
I mean, with our phones nowadays, it's a little bit easier to stay in touch with what's going on. But I remember back in like 2009 and earlier going to Disney, we had no idea what was going on in the world because we were too busy in the Disney bubble that I didn't have time to check the news and see what's going on. I was too busy having fun.
Right. I remember years and years ago, like when I'd go to Disney, we used to stay at the Best Western Lake Buena Vista, which is one of the Disney Springs resorts. They used to put an Orlando Sentinel paper under the door every day. A newspaper. And
what's a newspaper?
Right? Or we'd have to watch, if Paula's still watching, she knows we stayed at that resort. They put a newspaper under the door, and then you'd put on the TV to check the forecast if you couldn't find it readily available into said newspaper, or if it didn't get delivered before you left for the parks. I mean, we used to like block ourselves off from reality, and it was good. I mean, and it was a good thing. But now,
remember going on vacation and not having to worry about your email?
Oh no! Or when you see everybody, and I'm guilty of it too. So I'm not shading anybody. Here's people walking around Disney on their phones. Or people Instagramming instead of enjoying like what you're seeing. Or kids in strollers with a phone. You're at Disney. There's all kinds of things to see. I think somewhere in the age of technology that we've lost the heart of what made us love Disney so much in the first place. It was that escape.
I think as a society, we've lost touch with a lot of stuff we did. I mean, I put out something last week just 'cause I was just frustrated with everybody, and I just put out there, when did you forget to wash your hands? Because that was all they kept saying is wash your hands. And I put out there as a kid, I remember going to the bathroom, and the words I heard yelled into the house, did you wash your hands?
Did you wash your hands?
And now every employer on earth has put a sign in their bathroom to remind their employees to wash their hands. It's like, really?
There's signs in the bathroom at Disney. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. And then you have germaphobes like myself, who before this, I mean, so do you guys like love Bath and Body Works like I love Bath and Body Works? Because at Christmas,
nobody loves it the way she.
I know some of you do, Paula, Michelle. Lorraine, you usually get stuff for me for Christmas. from Bath and Body Works. Actually, I think most people do. Anyway,
candles.
Everybody gets candles or hand sanitizer.
Great, you just told everybody what the present we're gonna bring this year. Now we have to go someplace else.
So now everybody's gonna get hand sanitizer for
Business
Christmas.
doesn't pick up. We're making our own candles.
We're gonna make our own candles and hand sanitizer. Oh my gosh. So anyway, my whole point was that like Bath and Body Works at Christmas, and then when they have their semi-annual sale in the summertime, or if you go to the outlets.
We go to Michigan at Christmas, and there's a Bath and Body Works outlet at Birch Run. She goes in there to buy soap to bring back to Michigan, to Florida. We're packing already tight, but we have to take home extra soap just because it's $2 a bottle.
Because it's on sale. So like I hardly ever run out of Bath and Body Works soap and hand sanitizer, like ever. So when this crisis came up, I'm like, I'm good.
John made his own sanitizer.
Yeah. we got our own like stock in Bath and Body Works in the bathroom. But my whole point is that before this, you can check all my purses have one of those rubber holders.
Both Paul and Michelle both said the same thing at the same time.
What?
10% alcohol, 90% glitter. They said it at the exact same time, almost verbatim.
I can't help it. I love Bath and Body Works so much that I pretty much give them for every present. They should, and I'm not endorsing them. I guess I'm an influencer.
I'm going to email them tomorrow and get a sponsorship here.
But we are sponsored by them. I just generally love the product, and I find myself every Christmas buying them for everybody.
We need a TMSM
I can't help myself. Anyway, my whole point with all that is that I have some people, back to hand washing. Some people are like that anyhow. So I'll give you up. Let's keep it light and fun. Let's do a Disney confession. So sometimes I use my hand sanitizer at Disney in the bathrooms to clean the stall. I know.
But then she washes her hand and uses the sanitizer to wash her hands after she just washed them.
I do. Like, it grosses me out, and I feel bad for cast members if like the stall looks gross or the toilet seat looks gross. So I like have disinfectant in my bag, and I will literally like clean that stall. So if you're ever at a Disney park and like you go into a stall and it smells like flowers or like Caribbean Escape, chances are I was in that stall before you.
If it's in the
because I probably cleaned the stall. You're welcome.
The best is watching her walk out of the bathroom and she's pulling her hand sanitizer up to wash her hands, which are still wet because she didn't dry them that well from the sink. I'm like, how did they get dirty? You touched water.
I can't help it. Like, I totally clean the bathrooms at Disney. And you know, if you go to Bath and Body Works when they have their sale in the summer, you can get hand sanitizers and a spray, and it makes it so much easier to like clean stuff up at Disney. I'm just saying. So, brought to you by Bath and Body Works.
This version of TMSM brought to you by Bath and Body Works. Visit bathandbodyworks.com/TMSM for all your discounts. I'm just joking. It does not exist. I made it.
I clean the stalls.
But if John does come over Thursday, we're probably going to sell Pandatizers. He got bottles, he got aloe vera, lavender, and rubbing alcohol, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he made his own. You can pour tequila on your hands too, it'll kill whatever's on there too, but then you're wasting good tequila.
So like a week ago Saturday, so John Panda, he calls me all the time. Like,
more than anybody I know. Seriously, Paul and Michelle, you're dropping he's got you both beat.
Like,
combined.
And the thing is he's got an emoji. So when I look at my phone, it's his face. Like what is?
And it kind of looks like him.
So I went to lunch with a friend last week, and then I was going to Publix. So he's calling me. So I'm like, yes. He's like, oh my God, did you go to Bath and Body Works? I'm like, for what? He go, hand sanitizer. And I'm like, no, because I stocked up at Christmas. And he's like, oh my God, I can't find it anywhere. I'm going on Amazon. I'm buying the rubbing alcohol. I'm buying the lavender. I'm buying the whatever bottles. So all last weekend, he stayed home and he made hand sanitizer. Like bottles of it. He's not selling it. It's just so he has it, and like that's yeah.
I never took him as a really clean person, but he better be if he's selling sanitizer.
He's not selling it. He was going to give away hand sanitizers at this month's Live on Location as a joke.
I'd be selling it because Purell can't make it fast enough.
No, it's just he cracked me up. So like this is how opposite we are sometimes. He's one of my dearest friends, but we had to go to House of Blues to cover a concert. This is a week ago Saturday, and he's at home playing the Nutty Professor and concocting hand sanitizers because the next day he sent me pictures. He's like, "Look what I did!"
I was teasing him. He made a label for the bottles.
So I mean,
so chances are John probably will be here Thursday. If he doesn't, I want everybody to go harass him. That he said he was going to show up.
Yeah, so he's supposed to come here Thursday to do a live on location from our kitchen. And we can ask him about his Panda sanitizer.
I like Melissa when she said Karen made her own. It smells like Fireball. Non-alcoholics apparently call it cinnamon.
Fireball.
That's funny.
You have
I call that hot tamales.
Honestly, I feel a little slap happy. I'm not sleeping that great. It's good to laugh, you guys. I hope at least you're laughing with us or at us.
Probably at us.
Probably at us. They're gonna be like, yeah.
And I promise you, after this,
nuts.
she will go back and rewatch this entire show because she does it every week.
Yeah, and I'll be like, okay, and I'll second guess myself for saying the things that I said.
Should we delete the video?
Should I have said that? Should I have put it that way? Should I have joked about this? Oh yeah, I'm horrible. No, I just said earlier to stop sweating the small stuff, so I'm gonna try really hard not to do that to myself when this is over.
I'm gonna eat my chicken.
Because I have grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A waiting for me. And that's another thing. Let's ask you this. Let me ask you this.
First off, do you guys need us to stop at 8 or are you guys going Because usually we're trying to get out of here by 8.
Yeah, okay, we're going to stop in a minute. So, like, I've been dieting for 2 months and I'm, like, starving most of the time. Like...
She eat a cracker. She's like, it's too many carbs.
I know, I don't eat a cracker because it's carbs.
I know. She'll eat, like, the dogs eat more food in a day than she does. And she says that she's not eating enough. Because they eat half of your food that you take.
Okay, so I do give... Okay, so you know Jack and Ava. Aren't they so sweet and
They're
cute?
the size of big pigs.
They're like little pigs.
Jack just jumped up to the couch behind us.
Usually give Jack and Ava half my food.
She'll get an 8-piece nugget and she'll give them 4 of them. And then she'll be like, why am I hungry? Well, because you only ate half of what your meal was.
Yeah. So anyhow, but yeah, so people are hoarding, like, I can't say hurricane snacks because that's not it. It's like just quarantine snacks.
But the stores aren't closing.
I know, but I'm talking like...
Essential stores like grocery stores will be somewhat open. I don't know how much will be in stock, but there will be places... Hurricanes happen, they come through, there's no power, stuff goes bad.
So they're all saying keep going. You guys are a glutton for punishment, aren't you? So anyway, not hurricane snacks, quarantine snacks. So we go to the store to get the boys some extra things. It is like near impossible to eat healthy in like these times. And I got like protein bars and nuts. And then the rest of these people and the dogs got chips, donuts, cookies, muffins.
I'm staring right at them.
Yeah, I'm looking around the kitchen to show you what's behind that camera where you can't see.
And there's her sugar-free Nutella sitting right there.
Donuts, cookies, M&M's.
Sugar-free Nutella.
I have sugar-free Nutella, organic sugar-free Nutella that I will stick a spoon in and eat that couple times a day, and it's mine. Like if anybody touches it, I'll break.
Nobody else
finger.
wants to. It doesn't taste
like
good.
do not touch it. So I guess I'm. Are y'all eating your snacks? Do you stay on your diet during this time?
I say heck with it.
He's so not supportive. Like he's like
you can do what you want. But don't tell me you're hungry.
Just eat.
Don't give half your small food to the dogs and then say you're hungry afterwards and you got nothing to eat. They have dog food. You don't take half of theirs, don't give them half of yours.
Those of you with dogs or cats, when they look at you, you know that look I'm talking about. And
Ava has the same look.
Ava, her tongue sticks out all the time.
It's too long.
So it's like, and she gives you.
Everybody just screenshot that. That's gonna be on everybody's site.
Robert Carlson, don't you dare. But she gives you the extra pathetic look.
Robert said calories don't count during a pandemic.
Is that how that works?
Duh, they don't count at Disney. Why would they count during the pandemic that Disney closed for?
Yeah. So maybe, most of these people are trying to be good with snacks and stuff. Joe said he hasn't had a diet in 3 years.
And he stuck to that. Good for you, Joe.
Good for you. I admire your dedication.
He hasn't quit his no dieting for 3 years. You should do a video.
You should do. I haven't dieted in 3 years, and look at my physique. But the thing is like.
The newest fitness craze.
The no diet.
No diet, not dieting.
Okay. It is hard, and then you stress eat. Because, you're worried about stuff, and so, I'm sitting here, drinking water, and I had my handful of almonds, and, God, it sucks really bad.
I'm trying to decide what I'm going to have after I eat my dinner.
Yeah, he don't care. He sits and eats chips in front of me and whatever else, so,
But I eat one she don't like.
I would eat, you were eating...
You don't eat taco-flavored Doritos?
I don't. But, yeah, so, they say that, you can,
I got some 3D printing to do after this, so I gotta get some snacks.
So, but yeah, so we're skipping. I see some of your comments with we don't have Disney food right now.
Joe works hard on his dad.
You work on that dad bod. You go. You good for you. Good for you.
I have a video that proves that he's been working on it. Something we never did.
We didn't do that. We won't do that to you, Joe. But anyway, so it is.
So we make some money.
He did. So it's after 8 o'clock. We probably should wrap it up because.
So now it's TMSM Weekly Live After Hours.
No. You know what I want to do though? I have to have one more mention in addition to all the things that we've been talking about.
We did start 2 minutes late, so.
Okay, so it is. So Jody Stamp, one of our dedicated followers.
I've seen her a couple times.
She emailed me, messaged me today, and she's like, "Hey, happy anniversary! You're moving to Main Street, USA."
You didn't know that?
I didn't know it till Jody told me it was 3
I
years
had a message
today.
pop up today on Facebook, a reminder.
You had a reminder?
Yeah, because I put out something.
Why?
I put out something the year anniversary of it.
So you didn't say nothing today.
No.
No. Okay.
I can't go on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook. If my software logs into Facebook, I don't even go on Facebook because I just hate Facebook right now.
Oh, Facebook is horrible right now. Anyway, 3 years ago today, this book came out. What?
Courtney, laugh out loud. We should wrap up. Oh, one more thing.
No. My whole point was that I wanted to say thank you because this book has done so well, better than I ever thought it would do. It has been really inspirational to a lot of people by just me sharing our story, the ups and downs, all of it that's been hard. But 3 years ago today. And so Jody, thank you for reminding me because I completely forgotten all this chaos. I put posts out. It's so funny that people know things better than I do sometimes. She's like, "Happy anniversary." I'm like, "For what?" I didn't know what she was talking about. But yeah, so 3 years. Thank you so much.
That's why she needs to write part 2.
You know what? I know. I've had so many. The remix. Because everything's better in the remix. So I've had a lot of people ask me when part 2 of this is coming out because there's so much more to the story. I mean, there's so much more to
that
the
book
story.
ended was before we made Disney's media list, so life completely changed. After that book.
And you know what? This book has a lot of sadness in it because it's real. Part 2
should be the happier version.
It should be the happier version.
There's
still some sad, of course. I mean, there's been some loss since.
Now you gotta add this part to the whole story.
Oh God! See, and the longer I wait to write part 2, the bigger this book is going to be. It's going to be way thicker than this. But I will. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing part 2 right now. This is on Amazon though. If you haven't read it yet, it's a pretty good read. I've heard.
But she's actually working on something else.
I'm actually working on something else.
I just told her.
It's ode to Bath and Body Works and their semi-annual sale.
Or the page is going to smell like the different hand sanitizers.
You heard it here first.
It has nothing to do with
And
Bath
each
and Body Works.
flip is going to smell like a different smell of hand sanitizer.
It'll be sponsored after all the resorts.
Totally kidding. It's not about Bath and Body Works. I'm not going to tell you what it's called. There are very few people that do know what it's called.
I do.
A couple of you know what it is. It's going to be something totally different than what I've done. It's not a children's book. It's not part 2 to Moving to Main Street. It's something completely different. And I have made myself a promise to get it done
Scratch and sniff.
while we are in this downtime. So hopefully soon. I already have an idea for like a cover and all that stuff. So hopefully soon. So please stay tuned because it's coming. And I'm super excited because it's different. And it's going to be fun. So there's a clue. It's going to be something fun.
You want to know what else is going to be fun? Next Monday night, you've got a special guest host.
I do, unless he changes
just
his mind.
put it out. So if you're looking at the screen right now, we're translucent in the background. Look at that. That's kind of
Are
cool.
we translucent?
Yeah, you can
Look at
see
that.
us.
What?
So next Monday, there will be a Scott here, but it won't be me. It will be Scott Garland, aka Scotty Too Hottie from the WWE. He will be here with Michelle next week to do the show. We had him on last year, and he's coming back to talk with Michelle and talk about downtimes at Disney and some fun stuff that's going on. And so make sure you tune in next Monday at 7 Eastern to see Michelle and Scott too.
Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah,
So those of you who are unfamiliar with Scott Garland, aka Scotty Too Hottie, this is your project. This is your homework for the week. Look him up.
He's Scotty Too Hottie, I'm Scotty Too Fatty.
I don't even know how to answer that. Next week, Scotty Too Hottie will be sitting right here.
I'll be back there somewhere. Eating chicken.
He is from the WWE. He was part of the Tag Team Championship years ago.
Actually, Wednesday nights on USA now is WWE NXT or WWE NXT, which is the one that Scott actually works at here. He helps run it with the Performance Center where they train a lot of the wrestlers before they go to the WWE. And he kind of runs that show over there. So it's filmed here locally in Orlando, and it's on USA Network. I think it's on Wednesday nights. And that's Scott's favorite.
And he is a very big theme park person. He loves Disney, Universal, all that stuff. So that is how you might wonder, why is a wrestler relevant to what you're doing? Because he has his own travel, like YouTube and such, and he is a huge Disney fan. So he will be here to chit chat with us next Monday.
So make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock.
We'll remind you, of course, because what else are we going to do?
We're going to do promo videos all week.
No, we're not going to. Oh, I've been trying to put stuff on TikTok, which is like what all the kids are doing. So if you have TikTok, follow TikTok at the Mainstream Mouse. I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm not very good at it, but I'm working on it. I don't know how to use it yet. This would be another time for me to like look up tutorials on social media, how to figure stuff out.
Stop writing blogs and do other fun stuff. This is a forced vacation for you.
This is a forced vacation for me.
It's like if I took away your internet.
Like a staycation.
I should shut down your internet.
Please don't shut down my internet. Oh yeah, Shane said lots of wrestlers love Disney. Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they really do.
And actually, this brings up another sad note that we were going to be going Huntsville's Huntsville's con that we talked to you guys about just last week. Actually, Huntsville's Pop Culture and Comic Expo.
Oh yeah.
Has had to reschedule, and they've moved it to July 18th and 19th, which also is the opening of Avengers Campus in California. So we will not be able to make it to Huntsville unless for some reason we end up not going to California.
Because we were supposed to, remember I was talking to you guys, I was doing the panel with Joey Fatone, and he was doing it with the guys from Marvel, and they had to cancel for April. We're so sad for Jeremy and all the people that work with him.
But Jeremy promises me that the Makeup Con is going to be good in July, and then 2021 will be bigger and better than ever. So we will be a part of that one with him to get that going. And before that, we actually have Magic City Con, as long as that's still targeted for the set dates.
See, right now, and like for us, people have asked about Mainstream Mouse Live on Location. We do have a date for April. But we gotta wait it out and see what happens. And we, as news hits, we will share it with you. And hopefully this time next week when we have Scotty Too Hottie here, that we'll have more positive things to report. And if we don't, we're at least going to try to make you laugh and keep you entertained.
And Scott's going to do the worm across the table.
I don't think he could do that in the kitchen.
I think we could maybe figure out a way to do it.
If he's really nice, I'll give him some of my hand sanitizer, maybe a candle from Bath and Body Works. No, I'm saving that for Christmas presents. Anyway, so I hope
for Christmas. Mail it to him in the mail.
I hope you guys had fun watching the show. It took us a little bit to get going because we were both kind of heavy-hearted and sad about all this news. But by the end of it, we're laughing, talking about jellyfish, wrestlers, Bath and Body Works. You know how that goes. So I hope you guys at least enjoyed the show and had a good time, and maybe we could take a little bit of angst away from you. That you had, a little bit of laughs here and there with us.
Make sure you guys follow Kingdom Strollers and MEI Mouse Fan Travel. They are the official sponsors of the Main Street Mouse.
Yes, be nice to your travel friends too.
If you don't even need Kingdom Strollers, at least share their page out to friends who might need them if they're coming down here. Also, MEI Mouse Fan Travel, if you were going through all this, if you had a trip booked and you having to call Disney and such now and take care of it, they would have been doing that for you.
Yes, if you have travel, it's probably after the fact, but if you have any travel problems or things that you need to reschedule, either go to your travel agent or go to Disney Direct, and they're working it out with everyone, like rescheduling.
But when
trips.
you're rebooking, call MEI Mouse Fan Travel and they will help you out.
That's right.
So if you go to our website, there's links on the banners on the pages, and also Kingdom Strollers is in the header of our website, and they can help you out with reservations if when you do come to Disney or friends that are coming and need to rent strollers. They will be there for you.
That's right.
And Lost Princess Apparel, please.
Don't forget Lost Princess Apparel. You need some dresses or leggings. We are your people.
It's a good time to stock up for Christmas.
Along with your hand sanitizer. Panda. Oh no, you can't get that right now.
Panda will be selling that on
Thursday.
Thursday.
You can't get hand sanitizer right now. So anyway, I don't want to even put up all our screens and stuff.
No, I was just gonna say, if you're already following us on Facebook, make sure you're following us on Instagram at the Main Street Mouse, YouTube at the Main Street Mouse, and on Twitter at Main Street Mouse. Michelle is trying to put up all the news, even though I tell her to take a break. She's not, so she's putting up news. I had to wake her up this morning to the news that everything was closing. And she got that out instantly. So.
I couldn't even see when my eyes opened this morning. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Disney Springs!" I couldn't even get my eyeballs to focus. Seriously.
So just make sure you're following us on all the social medias. Check the site also. If you go to the site, there's news stories hitting every couple hours on the news site, and if they're hitting faster, they're quicker.
We got you. We're not going to put out news unless we know it's true.
It will not be rumored by the time we get to it.
We will verify our sources before we put anything out. And in the meantime, we're still going to throw out some fun Disney content. So stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned because we definitely will have more for you.
Definitely. Have a great week, guys. Stay safe.
And we'll see you next Monday with Scotty Too Hottie.
See you real soon. Maybe Thursday with Panda.
Oh, maybe Thursday with Panda. We'll let you know.
All right, see you guys real soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.